Another large gap up to start the week. This is going to be a really fun trading week, my friends, with lots of opportunities. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly where my targets are at, how I plan on playing this movement in the markets, and what key levels that I'm going to be paying attention to be able to capture money in the markets and trading this week, pay my bills, and enjoy my life as a full-time trader. What's going on, everyone? My name's Tony. I am the owner of Real Life Trading. Real Life Trading has been in business for over 10 years, teaching people how to trade the stock market successfully. We are also known for our free courses, which you can get down in the links below. So let's dive into these levels, my friends. How am I planning on making money this week in the markets? This is on SPY. I love this gap up, right? We did have a pullback. We talked about this last week, how we expected some easy money to happen on some bear moves last week. We got that. It didn't quite go as low as I expected, but 575 was a fantastic support. Got down into that area and it came in pretty strong, but the follow through on this gap is giving us a lot of signs of where the momentum is. Remember, my friends, we need to identify trend, which is going to give us direction, bullish or bearish. We need to identify momentum, how big of a move, bullish or bearish, are we getting ready to have? And then we need to apply our setup or our strategy to that momentum and trend to be able to make money. So right now the trend is bullish. So it's not a shocker at all that the bulls came in strong here on this dip. And the momentum, it's pretty strong. This is really, really extended. And the fact that the bulls did not even let this thing pull back even further before a bounce came back in, which, by the way, they still can. We'll talk about that here in a second. But the fact that they stepped in before really we could have gotten to this gap fill or even other EMAs here on the charts and levels to buy tells us just how strong the bull momentum is. It's strong. So now it's about our setup. Where can we look to get in and ride this momentum? Well, first things first, we got to identify some key levels to look at so we can know where to apply so that we can lose small and win big. The first real big level that I'll be watching is 595 this week. 595 is a monster level. What we do at this level is really going to set the tone for this week and probably for the next couple weeks. So I imagine very quickly that we will be working our way to the 595 level here on SPY. So we could be pulling back and filling some of this gap. This is a very large gap, so it makes sense that we'd get some sort of a retest and then a bounce back up. It could just take off. Either way, whatever the markets want to do, it's not our job to predict. It's just our job to put out certain scenarios and go, okay, if it pulls back, this is my game plan. If it takes off, this is my game plan. That way, you're always right in that sense, right? You don't have to try to predict. You just have a game plan for every scenario that the markets are going to try to throw at us. And if they do something crazy that you didn't see, don't trade it. Start making another game plan based on the new evidence that you have. So I expect the markets to give us some sort of a pullback this week, most likely, and then a bounce and a revisit of 595. I think this level is very, very high probability that we'll get to this week. What we do at that level is more important than getting there. If we get stuck there for more than 2 or 3 days without going much higher than 596, 597 area, I would consider that a little bit of a win for the bears. That would tell me that the bulls are actually losing some strength, and there's a really good chance that we will probably keep channeling inside of this area for another week or two. Again, it's all probabilities. Not sure what's going to happen, but the probability would be this type of price action if the bulls failed to get through 596 pretty easily. Now, if we get stuck here for a day or two, that's fine. I want to see strong closures above 596. If we can get that strong close above 596, all-time highs should be coming pretty quickly. So that would be the next level to really watch. This is the real level that we have to get through as bulls to be able to get back to that all-time high. I think that all-time highs are probably going to come just because of the amount of bears that are in this market, right? The news is so bearish. The economy is so bearish and so bad, and tariffs and all of these unknowns. There's so much negativity out there, which means the markets are most likely going to run high. The markets love to run a wall of worry. They love when people are extremely bearish on them and they can just squeeze everybody out, right? Every dip we get, the bears load in and this thing takes off. This was a strong level the bulls had to hold. We gapped below it. Everyone freaks out and the markets are going to take off most likely. So if we're putting ourselves into other people's shoes, we're reading the sentiment, we're seeing kind of the feeling and vibe in the room, we understand what the smart money and what the dumb money are doing. The smart money is going to continue to squeeze people out, and I think that we're probably working our way to all-time highs. This is where everyone is going to finally go, okay, now we're crazy bullish. And then all the bears will finally leave and you go, okay, let's play this game. And that could open the door for a move lower then. This is all just probabilities. We could fall off a cliff at any point here. I mean, it's not like there is good stuff out in the markets right now, but the charts are telling me that this wants to just squeeze bears out. The bears had their chance to hold levels. They failed miserably. So now it doesn't matter what the news is saying. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. What doesn't matter what our feelings are. Look at the charts. What are the charts telling you? The charts are telling me that we are trying to squeeze bears out. So there is a very good chance that easy money could be had over the next week or two to the bull side. So I will be looking to day trade this thing bullish, find some opportunities. I have my lean, I have my bias. Now I just start applying setups so that I can lose small when I'm wrong and that I can win big when I'm right. And then I just need to sit back and let that scenario play out. That's my only job as a trader. So there is a lot of bull momentum here. This is a fantastic gap. It's just a very large gap. So again, wouldn't be shocked at all to see a little bit of selling coming back in and see if we can't get the bulls to buy this thing up. It's towards the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday, or sorry, Tuesday now. Tuesday, Wednesday, I would imagine bulls to come back in and for us to work our way to this 596 level. So anywhere through here up into 596 should be really good bull day trades. And then swing trade wise, if I can get some type of really good pullback into this, it's a pretty good swing trade area as well. But really, it's going to be getting through this 596 level. If I can get some strong closures through 596 and then get a dip, that opens the door for really good swing trades up to the next level, which would be an all-time high, 612 or so here on SPY. So that's the type of plays that I'll be expecting over the next week or so. Just keep an eye out for 596, 595 area, what we do there. If we get stuck there for the remainder of this week, probably going to chop, maybe finally drop a little bit more and give us a better opportunity to buy the dip. If we close strong through it, any dip will get bought up hard if it dips at all, but it should be making its way straight to an all-time high. So that's the type of game plan and momentum setups that I'm going to be looking at. And now I just need to find my opportunities as the market unfolds and shows me new evidence throughout the week of what it's trying to do. Every day we get a new candle. We get a new sense of what these markets are trying to do. It reveals its hand a little bit more. And so I'm going off of the evidence that I have now. I know my levels to watch, and I will continue to build a bigger and better picture as each day goes by for me to be able to figure out where these markets are trying to go so that I can simply just ride that momentum and make easy money. That is my job. Find the easy money opportunities. Last week it was a pullback. We got it. This week, most likely running bullish. You've got to be willing to adapt and adjust and ride with these flows because most people are like, but it was bearish last week. I'm like, yeah, that was last week. We have new evidence. We have the market showing its hand a little bit more now of bulls stepped in. We should be going up. So let's talk about now what happens if this doesn't happen. This is what should happen. We should be holding the low of Friday. 575 should hold. If 575 breaks down, it all depends on how high we got first. If we make it up to 595 area and then it breaks down, that is not good, and that could lead to a lot lower of a move. 570 would be my next little place for the bulls to come back in on that. Probably more like 565, 560 range or so. And worst case, again, not saying it's going to get there. I'm saying this is the last area of defense for the bulls. It's 550. If we make it up to 595 and then drop, that's a lot stronger for the bears. Once bulls claim ground, they need to hold it. So if they don't revisit 595 and it just kind of falls down from here, I still consider that to be pretty bullish. And yes, we're going to drop a little bit more, maybe finally fill this gap, but I still believe bulls will be stepping back in because the bulls did not claim this ground and get rejected twice in an area. That is a double top. That's very, very bearish for the bulls. So as long as we can stay away from this high, and if the bears step back in and push us back down, a lot of bulls are still waiting on this target. And the probability is that we will make it back up to this high and give the bulls a chance to figure out just how strong they are. So I'm not going to be looking at strength, whether or not this thing holds necessarily. I'm going to be looking at strength at what it does up here. If we can get up to 595 and then it drops, there's my strength. It is not very bullish, at least for right now. If it fails to make it there and starts to drop, I believe we will be working our way back to that double top and give us a chance to see just how strong these bulls are. So still looking to buy the dip if we do not make it to 595. If it goes to 595 and drops hard, I will make some day trading money for sure on the bear side because that's some easy momentum again, but I will be very patient on buying this dip. I would need to see some really strong sentiment and price action down here for me to start buying this, because it has a chance to go a lot lower, like we just talked about, if that scenario plays out. So again, this is my game plan here on the sentiment levels, on these key levels that I'm looking at on SPY on the chart, and then let's just see how it plays out. The probability is we keep going higher. So whenever something should happen doesn't, you can get very large moves. Again, that's easy money. So just put alerts out there and just wait. If what should happens doesn't, you'll be sitting right there ready to go and make easy money on that. Just kind of get in, get out. It'd be more of a day trade type scenario. You can swing trade this, but most of these bear moves happen relatively quickly over just a couple days. So just be quick on swing trades. Day trades, they're fantastic trades. You can get yourself ready for it. If the markets do what they should, and this holds, then we should be working our way up to 595, get through that. All-time highs are just around the corner, and that's most likely what's going to be happening this week. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of what I'm planning on doing this week, what I'm looking for, and how I'm planning on making money with it. Trading is simply just a game of math. It's a game of having an edge and then accepting the loss. You've got to be willing to lose. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose 1% of my trading account. If I'm going to win, I'm going to win 2 to 5% of my trading account. And that's the only game I'm playing. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I'm losing this much. If you're wrong and losing more than 3% of your trading account on one single trade, you are trading with too much size. You are not playing the game of trading. You are playing the game of, I have to be right. That is a very dangerous game to play and succeed in trading, because it's very hard to be correct all the time. And so it only takes one trade to undo months of being right, if you can even get there. That's a very, again, hard game to play. Don't play that game. Play the game that the traders that make money actually play. And it's let go of the right or wrong, understand the sentiment, understand the momentum, understand what should happen, apply your setup that allows you to be able to lose 1% of your trading account or less if you're wrong, and setup that will allow you to make 2 to 5% of your trading account if you're right. That's your only job in trading. And so that's my little tip of the week. Hopefully that helps. Again, my friends, come check out the links down below. Come check us out over at Real Life Trading. Join our community. It is a fantastic community of supportive traders that are all in the same boat as you, that all just want to help each other learn. We do not have egos over here in Real Life Trading. It's not about, oh, wow, I can't believe you did this, or you were wrong on this, or why would you ask that question? You will never find that at Real Life Trading. I, at one point, had no idea what a candle was. I was not born with this information. I had to learn it. So if you are in that place where it's like, I don't understand this, welcome to the club, my friends. We were all there. You have to go through the journey of learning. And at Real Life Trading, we want to walk you through that journey. Love you guys. Trade well this week. Follow your plans. Let go of the outcome and just make a game plan that sets you up for success. See you next week, my friends.